What's going on, you guys? My name is Morgan, and welcome back to another video. So I can't sit all the way back because Rue is actually behind me, but I am here with Miss Morning, who is formerly Gertie. Kind of an introduction video, but kind of a funny video at the same time. So Miss Gertie came to us from a friend of mine. She sold her to me and bought her from another person because the person was wanting to get into AKC, and I just fell in love with her. Look at her. She knows Gertie, but she's starting to learn Morning. We've had her for about a week at most now. But she is a cutie patootie, if you haven't noticed. She is a big girl also, so if you haven't seen that as well. If you have not seen us on TikTok or on our YouTube shorts, she is probably about Alfie size, and she is a very large dachshund. So there's a thing that she does, and if you haven't seen on shorts or on TikTok, you are missing out. So Morning howls, or Gertie. I changed her name to Morning because I didn't care for the name Gertie that much. I definitely preferred the name Morning to Gertie, which I'm sorry. She does not look like a Gertie. She looks like a Morning. Oh, honey. But she's just the prettiest and the sweetest girl ever. But she does this thing. So the first day I got her, I discovered this thing that she does, and it is very weird. And I don't really have any dogs that howl unless they're upset. So she sat by my fence that I have to my desk. So the gate, the door to the kennel, and the fence kind of mesh up together. So the dogs aren't able to get to my desk because they will chew on the cords at my desk. Well, she sat there and she started to howl. And I thought, okay, well, maybe it's a one-off thing because she's changed homes twice. Maybe it's just a one-off thing. And she's kind of panting a little bit. We just got home. So she's a little bit stressed out, and she's actually never been on video before, so this is new for her. But she's doing very, very well, aren't you? Oh, you're my good girl. Yes, you're my good girl. I discovered she does this thing. She starts to howl. So she howls when she's upset. She howls just about when I'm not with her. She howls about just about everything. So she hasn't been put in a kennel because she's very friendly with the other dogs, but she just whelped a litter of puppies. So anytime somebody tries to hump her, she has this deep, threatening bark. And it's not really threatening, but it's just like the deepest bark I've ever heard in my entire life. I'm actually going to go put her with the other dogs because she doesn't seem to like this very much. I just hit my elbow so unbelievably hard. It hurt so bad when I went to go put her over there. It's definitely not the nicest feeling in the world. It definitely does not feel good, and it actually hurts really, really bad right now. But as I was saying, so she started this thing where she starts to howl at me. So the door to the large kennel that the dogs sleep in or hang out in or play in or whatever, and the pin to my desk, this elbow hurts so bad, it's together. So when it opens, it hits the pin. So she'll wedge her nose in between the pin and the door to get it open so she can come crawl over and start howling at me. So she does this every single day. She doesn't stop. She does it all day long if I'm not paying attention to her, or if she just wants my attention, or if she just does it to do it sometimes. I've never had a dachshund that has howled before, so this is my first one, and this is my first experience dealing with a howling dachshund. But she's also teaching the other dachshunds to howl, which isn't entirely great, but it is very interesting to hear and to see that she's actually teaching these dogs to howl. So some of the younger ones are starting to learn to howl from her. Now, they're just doing it to do it when she starts to do it. And some of them, it actually freaks out. Her bark absolutely freaks Fuzzy out to the biggest degree. He doesn't know what this thing is. If it's a dog or if it's a monster, it just freaks him out so much. And it's kind of funny to see because he'll just like freeze and stare at her like she has 4 heads and he's never seen her before. Now, Gertie, or well, Morning, I keep calling her Gertie because that's what she recognizes. But Morning gets along with everybody. She does good with everybody, but sometimes because she just finished whelping a litter, the dogs like to hump her, which we have gotten onto their butts about it, and they have kind of stopped because she is not in heat. She whelped the litter about 2-3 months ago. She is all done, but they still like to hump her. So with Ace, especially who we are working on getting neutered after he gets healthy, he's one of the worst ones about this. But he is doing better. But she will just bark at him, and they just look at her like she's absolutely crazy, like she has 2 heads. I do think it's absolutely hilarious when you really kind of stand back and watch how she acts with everybody and watch how freaked out her bark makes them. But she is really warmed up, and she's the most beautiful girl in the world. I love her hair. She can get tangles like most, like Mr. Marbles and Whiskey. She can get tangles in her ears. So she's getting a bath tomorrow because she has not had a bath since before she came to us, so she is getting a bath. But that howl is absolutely, it's funny, but it drives me absolutely absolutely insane because she will talk back to me. And at the end of this video, I will probably put a video or two in of her howling at me to see what you guys think about her, because she is a mess, let me tell you. For the most part, with her new family, she has kind of picked a spot to sleep, and she's kind of adjusting still to the way everything goes around here. But she has actually picked a spot to lay down. For the most part, she doesn't have specific dogs that she lays with. She kind of just goes into the kennels closest to the wall on this side. So the first or second kennel, which is where she's at right now, trying to take a nap because we just got home and she's ready for a nap. Everybody's been running her ragged, I guess. But she is such a good dog. But she just, this howling thing is absolutely hilarious. So I guess this is kind of an introduction and one of those things that she does that drives you absolutely insane. And she's probably one of the goofiest dogs I have, which is introduction to morning, and then introduction into morning, and then what dog does the funniest thing. And I'd say she takes the cake on the funniest thing that happens with the dogs in this house. Do you have any dachshunds that howl? I'm actually kind of curious because this is my first howling dachshund unless we leave. If we're still here, she's the only one that howls. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this video and go kind of nurse my elbow a little bit. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as usual, you guys, I'll see you guys next time in the next video. My elbow hurts so bad. I'll see you guys later.